Yo, it's your boy Vegabomber here, and welcome to Vegabomber Land. Well, here we are. We're in December, and you know what December means now. It means Star Wars movie, and in this case, Rogue One. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think should be in the film and what shouldn't be. In fact, the 3 things that should be in Rogue One and the 3 things that shouldn't be in Rogue One. So basically the synopsis, we all should pretty much know this, but maybe some don't. This is about that ragtag group of rebels who actually went in, stole the plans, and figured out how the Death Star was actually built so that it could then be blown up by the rebels. And so that's what this movie is. This movie is going to be that piece, that movie that goes in between Episode 3 and Episode 4. And we get to see Darth Vader again. So, the 3 things that this film must do in terms of being successful and being good in my mind. And the first thing is, be a standalone. That's right, because when you be a standalone film, you can now focus on just the story. You want to pay attention to the lore that's already been set up by Episodes 3 and Episodes 4 and 5 and 6 and so forth. But at this point, there's one thing to do. Get the plans. And make us like the characters. Let us see how the characters bond within each other, then rely on each other to go make one of the ultimate sacrifices. And the second thing kind of feeds off of that, because in this standalone film, you have an opportunity to see a different kind of Star Wars film. And that Star Wars film would be more like a Saving Private Ryan type film. It's the wars back in Star Wars. And that's what I want to see. If we've seen Hacksaw Ridge this year, if you've seen American Sniper, there's a bonding element that always happens with these guys when they go to war to do something to risk their lives. And in this case, that's what I'd love to see, but in a Star Wars movie. So just like how Captain America found a way to do a spy espionage, Jason Bourne type thing, but in a superhero movie, here's an opportunity to do that same thing, but in a Star Wars movie, but in the realm of military war tactics and a group just getting together and taking them out. And the third final thing, which won't be a surprise, is there should be a great reliance on Darth Vader as the main villain in this situation. I think Darth Vader, if we get to see him now, he should be in his prime. If we're talking about after the 3rd one and before the 4th one, he should be in his prime. And now, because of the way we're actually able to film and build these costumes now, he shouldn't look as stilted and stiff as he did in A New Hope. You can actually show him really working that suit and really being something that we just haven't seen before, which will then add on to the lore of Darth Vader. So Darth Vader should be prime in this film. He should be just as good as Heath Ledger's Joker. Every time he's on the screen, Darth Vader should own it. And so that, Disney, you have to do with Rogue One. Now, there's some things that you kind of have to stay away from, Disney, because sometimes you do stuff with these properties, and so now I'm going to talk about those 3 things. And the first thing that I think you need to do is you need to make sure that Jyn Erso is not somehow related to the family or somehow she's Force sensitive. I think it's more compelling if you have this female who can come in and take down an empire with a squad of guys without all that. That's like Batman taking out villains all the time without superpowers. It's more intriguing when you do that. So I hope that you can stay away from that and stay away from trying to put everybody in the family, because they don't need to be. The second thing I would say is Easter eggs. Please be careful with the Easter eggs. Please don't turn this into a nostalgia show. We get it. It's in between the 3rd one and in between the 4th one. On some areas you're going to have to do it, but please don't do that nod, wink, wink thing too many times, because, well, it was kind of actually a distraction in The Force Awakens as far as I saw it, but it doesn't need to be here. Standalone film, solid characters, build that characterization up, and let us see how they did it, because we know they're going to do it. We just need to see how. And finally, this is the best. I say the best for last. I feel like this team has to die. They have to make the ultimate sacrifice because it makes sense. It's just like 300. It would not be very good if King Leonidas and the guys just pop back up and they just keep fighting when they were fighting over 100 million warriors. It just shouldn't happen. And so in this case, let them die a warrior's death, a hero's death. And the best way that is to die on the battlefield, giving your life for something you care about. So to me, it's a huge mistake if you have them somehow stay alive or their ship spins out into space and we're just to presume that they might be dead, but really you're going to bring them back. You got to stay away from a Rogue 2. We don't need it. We actually really don't. Just let these folks go do the greatest heist ever, because that's what we want to see. We want to see heist films. Alright gang, so that's pretty much my thoughts. I filmed this now so that afterwards I can come back and I'll film a reaction to the whole movie itself, and we'll see how close I was to the things they should and shouldn't do. So if you like this video and if you like the thoughts, go ahead and like the video. And really, If you subscribe, I'm cool with that too. We'll be here, we'll make videos, and then I'll find out exactly what you want to hear. But either way, I'll meet you in the comment section. So it's your boy Vegabomber, and I am out. You crack! Home run. Always a home run when I hit him. What about that?